Hey, it's me again. Boredom video number 2. Okay, so I thought I would get on here for a little bit and share something with y'all that many may not know, and not like many care, but I do it anyway. So yeah. So I'm going to share with how did my husband and I meet. Okay. Well, before I start, I'm going to say this. I didn't get my first boyfriend until I was like 13, and I met my husband when I was 15. So that's how short of time it really was for me. Not necessarily dating, but claiming. Because going to church with somebody was not really a date. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay. So, well, I most know what school I went to, but I'm not going to say it on here. But, so, certain school that I went to from the time that I was in kindergarten and up till about 9th grade. Off and on. In some grades I was not there anymore, because I'll be honest, I could not stand that school. There were lots of bullies. There were lots of girls who would attack me on stuff, and like not physically, but not the best group of people to be around. So we heard about a good school that had a high rating. It's still a public school, but had a high rating in our area. And I really wanted to go. And we tried before I went into 9th grade, where I was at already. But I got denied. And I got into some more trouble at the school I was still at. Because I was being provoked. And luckily, by the end of that year, I think summer was coming close, I got a note saying that, or it might have been a call, but I got a call, and then it had been in the paper that I had finally gotten into the school I was wanting into. And even though my dad was going to have to drive me every day, he was good with that, and I was good with that. I was just ready to be out of that. Okay, so fast forward, the new school year starts, and I'm the new girl, and I'm not gonna lie, it was hard being the new girl, because even though I've done it before, when you're going into 10th grade, because that's the grade that I had gotten accepted, when you're going in 10th grade, it's a lot different than your elementary years, because there's more judgy kids. It's worse. So anyway, I get into a group of girls that accepted me right away. They were nice, and they weren't popular. They weren't, we were just average. We weren't really, they were not trouble, which is what I was getting into at the other school. Well, one of the girlfriends I had had a friend that was, where she had lots of friends that were guys. Just so happened one came up to our table, and which is my husband. And when I was trying to talk to her and everything privately, he came up and he decided to try to chime in and say, "What are y'all talking about?" And I said, "None of your business." And then that's when he snapped back at me, saying, I forget what he said, oh my gosh. He told me, well, I guess it is my business, considering she's my friend, But anyway, it all went from there. After that, um, we started checking into each other, like asking questions to friends about each other. And, I thought we were starting out as friends. I thought we were friends, but apparently he was pursuing me and I did not know this. Um, so apparently, how girls back when I was in school, we had guy friends and it was okay because nothing was thought of it. Well, whenever I would walk my friend to the bus, my girlfriend Heather, excuse me, but whenever I would walk her to the bus, he would give me a hug goodbye too, and she never would tell me because he would tell her to keep it, and he would be kissing me on the top of my head, and I never knew it because I had such thick hair, But I always wondered why he was pulling me close and stuff, and I didn't really think too much of it because I don't know. I mean, even though I thought he was cute, it just wasn't clicking. Um, but so later on we started trying to date, um, and it was just kind of slow starting. Like I did, I found him attractive, um, but I was scared. Like I wanted to ask him to like a winter ball we had, and I was scared because I didn't want to get turned down. And apparently he wanted to ask me, but he didn't. He was scared to ask me. So that is what caused me to go. And I had to dance with I went alone, and I danced with a 6 foot tall guy, and I'm 5'4". And it was an okay night, but it would have been better if I had just stepped up. But anyway, after all that was said and done, we went out, a couple of times we started dating, and there were some things that got in the way, and there were some people who did not want us together, and so we drifted apart a little while, but then we finally got back together, and I actually had to force him. Like, I went to the counselor, and I'm like, well, I'm having this problem with this guy, and whatever, and so she called him down to the office, and he was mad at me. He was mad at me, but I managed to succeed on making things up, because I'm not gonna lie, at that time I was seeing, because I just thought that dating was dating and I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and I was kind of seeing another guy, and the 15-year-old me was, and but I realized once my husband had, at that time when we were just kids, had broken up with me, I realized that I really, really did love him. I felt it in my heart. I felt so sad. I felt miserable. And so I had done everything I could, even being humiliated in school, because people was mad at me that were his friends. I lost friends. But I managed to succeed and fight for him, and it's just one of them things where when we first kissed, it was just magic. Like, it was, ooh, we're only in this moment, just me and you, sparks, this is real. And the love that I felt during our first kiss ever was just, it was intense, and that's something that I am just, today I can say that I am very, very blessed to have been able to find my soulmate, and just the love. because not everybody gets to experience that. Even though we met while being terrible to each other, you know, that was and get this, I gotta tell you this real quick. Apparently my dad met him. Well, he didn't meet him, but he saw him before I ever saw him, and this was the year before I went to that school. He saw him on the side of the road, stopped, helping his stepdad, because the mower had, like, fell out of their trailer. And, so yeah, it was really weird whenever my dad told me, hey, I've seen him before. And it was way before we even knew each other, so it was pretty cool. But, I was just getting on here to put a story up. You know, it's not that great of a story because I'm not a very good storyteller on stuff, so. But anyway, it's all gone from there, and 4 kids later, and 11 years of marriage. Here we are today. But I'm gonna get off here, and I hope you guys liked it.